Much. I'll be out here if you need me. I'm going to close the door for you.
Okay, thank you. I've been given the topic of how to find plagiarism online. The first place I like to look is my school's library website. So I can go through the scholarly journals and databases. I always limit my search to full text so I can get a full article, and I use scholarly journals because that's what I was taught to do. Those are the most reliable, in my opinion. Rather get a professional. I didn't really pull anything up on my first search, so I'm trying to reword what I'm searching for. So I chose this link and turn it in, come to the rescues from Teachers Reflections, because I know Turnitin is a digital program that allows teachers to search for plagiarism. So I feel like this article would definitely be relevant. So, according to this article, it says that turning in did not help teachers prevent all learner acts of plagiarism, but it did scare the learners away from any obvious act of plagiarism. So, I'm assuming that although it didn't directly stop the students from plagiarizing, it definitely helped. So I'm gonna go back and find another source. So after reading the abstract, I think this particular article would be useful because it states that this article concludes that the services we use sometimes ensure the integrity of student texts that could themselves being questionable of integrity, largely through the design of their archives. An increasing number of texts take digital form. The problems and promise of digital archives will demand thoughtful responses that do not rush. So I think this would be relevant because the last sentence here says these thoughtful responses start with exploring the use of plagiarism detection service archival technology in unadvertised ways. So I'm going to check out the full article. So this article talks about some of the programs that are available to detect plagiarism. So I'm going to look up some of those programs like iParadigms. Sorry if I didn't pronounce that right. And also iAuthenticate. So I'm going to look up those two programs if I can find out how to exit out of this. And I'm going to type in iAuthenticate. Now, usually what I do when I find a source that I might use is I print it out. So obviously I don't have that option here, but that's what I would do if I were to use the source or think about using the source. I would print it out. So this article does talk about detecting plagiarism, so I do think it would be useful. I'm going to read into it a little bit further. Okay, so I think this is a useful source on how digital media is able to help people determine whether plagiarism occurred. It explains in this article how plagiarism detection in manuscripts submitted to the VSP is conducted, and yeah, that's really all I could find in that article. Now, sometimes instead of just Googling or typing in a search phrase in the result list, I will go down to references and look at their references and see if there's anything that seems like I could use. And it looks like number 3, how to check a term paper for plagiarism, will seem useful. Everything else seems to talk about ethics, which we're not really interested in. My particular topic is what digital media is available to check for plagiarism. So I'm gonna check out this link. If I could figure out how to copy and paste on this computer. Okay. So control copy. And now I'm going to go into this link. Okay, that didn't really work. Ay, Dios mío.
Girls up to be here? Yeah, here. Hey, Kate, we're done.
We're done?
We're done.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, it didn't seem like 15 minutes, does it?
No, it doesn't.
So what I'm going to do is